I'm going to make your ass laugh. Oh, we're live. Are we live? We doing it live?
Except
Joe?
I can't hear you, my good Jewish friend.
You can't hear me.
Why can I not hear Cliff?
Okay, hold
on.
Okay.
No, take your time, Cliff. Take your time. I cannot hear you. Want to figure that out. I heard you before. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Now I really will start fucking drinking.
I know. We're going to need to. Oh, shit. Okay. Let me check something. Yeah, my
Joe,
microphone.
I need to drop and come back. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to log out.
Hey, everybody. Technical difficulties, which is always something that never happens with me. It is still going to be a lot of fun. We have tequila, and apparently we're going to need it tonight. You can all hear me okay? Is that right? Gang, crowd, can you all hear me? Can you hear me, Joe?
I got you, Cliff.
Ah, Joe can hear me. That's all I need is I need you to be able to hear me. I need them to be able to hear me. And hi, Cliff from Gainesville, Florida. Hello, doggy mama. We're gonna drink some fucking tequila because Joe and I clearly have had a rough week. Each of us.
I'm in a bad fucking mood, Cliff. I'm in a bad fucking mood.
All right, how do I win you back, baby? How do I?
You might not. Even you little punk. You may not win me back.
Listen, you over inebriated Irishman. I can win your fucking ass back. I know I have. In fact, I'm going to take credit for winning you over to the Democratic Party, even though I really didn't. But I don't give a shit.
Well, that's another thing. That's another thing. I've been a Democrat 9 months, and I still don't fucking think my fucking party gets it. And every week I think, why the hell am I a Democrat? I'm in a bad mood.
So remember how we told you folks that you're going to come here and we're going to be all about happy and ending the week well? That may not be 100% how it goes, but I don't really care because yes, that's what matters. Why don't we get into that, man?
You know what, Cliff? I've fucking had it.
This is what I want. All right. And that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen on air. Are you okay? Your throat's still working? See?
Okay.
And here's and as a conservative Republican, you never thought you were going to deep throat anything before. And now you've obviously proven that you were full of shit. We really fully got you on our side, man. Dude, I don't care. I love you. You're awesome. I just was having a conversation earlier today because with somebody just like you, because I'm going to ask you, here's my joke for you today. What do you get?
It's not going to work. A joke is not going to do me today.
Oh, it's going to fucking work. What do you get when you add 3 white, straight, fucking former Republicans together?
Oh, my God. I don't know.
You get my day today because I had Miles Taylor on my fucking show, and then he was awesome. And then Reed Galen came on.
Love Reed.
Said he had spoken to you earlier this week, and you are, quote, one of the best human beings alive, to which I agreed with him.
Fuck
Dude,
that.
you don't even fucking try it. Like I looked back at certain old tweets, and I swear to God, like a few of them I said stuff that was really over the top offensive. But
back up, Captain. Back up.
Yeah.
And again, I technologically, I'm fucking up this show, and I'm in a bad mood. But start at the top. What's the whole thesis of this show? This was your brilliant idea. I love it. What are we doing? This is great.
Yeah, there you go. Here is the thesis for everybody. Here's what Tequila Talk is. I was on a show with Joe 6 months ago, something like that, his nighttime show. And we're sitting there, and we both love tequila. And I said, well, fuck this. Why don't we actually each have a sip? And then we just started drinking. And I was like, this can be a show because you and I come from different perspectives, different backgrounds, right? Like we both love this country. We love the
by the way, Cliff Schecter, my favorite one of my. I got to be
You
careful
can't call
with
me
my
your
language.
favorite Jew, dude, or you're gonna get yourself in a lot of trouble. So
You're my third favorite Jew behind my Jewish wife and my Jewish mother-in-law. So there, you made the top 5, big
and you
boy.
were smart enough to put the
Put
mother-in-law
the
ahead of me,
mother.
so you've learned something.
Look, people listening to us tonight, Cliff, are going to think like you and I are bosom buddies and we're pals, and it's been this way our whole fucking life, which is bullshit. Because you and I used to fucking rip each other, not even like 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago.
Yeah, and that's
We
yeah.
we did not, and we did not even like it took you a while to kind of like embrace and accept. Can I fucking trust this guy? And I mean, it took a while,
Well,
right?
let's tell a story. I'm sitting on tequila. Lawrence Winterman, our friendly guy, has asked us what we're drinking. I am drinking, I will say quickly, and then I'll tell the story. I'm drinking Casa Amigos, and I thought, Casa Amigos, pardon my pronunciation. And the reason why I thought that made sense to start with is because it was originally begun before being sold off by George Clooney,
Yeah,
who is someone who stands up to Donald Trump and tells him to fuck off, and is from northern Kentucky, just across the bridge from Cincinnati. His dad,
that's right.
Nick, was a huge newscaster here, big personality. His aunt got her start when we were known as the Radio City, which is why they did WKRP and all that shit here. Rosemary Clooney,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we were to radio what LA is to Hollywood. We bet on the wrong horse. So basically, that's the story behind Casamigos. But
By the way, Cliff, White Christmas. I watched it over Christmas. Rosemary Clooney stars in that movie. Great
right,
movie.
see, she and great like town. I mean, Spielberg is from here. What's
By
her
the
name?
way,
Sex of the City. I mean,
how
you
come
know,
how come Jews wrote the best Christmas songs ever? I mean, ever. All of them. It's
do you
unbelievable.
think it's because we had an appreciation for Christ, or is it because you think we betrayed him?
Don't start with me now. We got to work our way up to that, you big jerk.
Okay, so
But you're really drinking Casamigos.
I'm drinking Casamigos. I thought that was a great local nod to my area here. I like it. Here it is. You know, Joe, we didn't do something we were going to do.
What?
And now I think we need to, let's do a fucking shot. All right.
Okay.
We're going to put your anger of the technical issues that you had at the beginning of the show, that if you understood how I have them, the people in the chat here, my folks know, they can't hear me half the time. I fuck things up all the time technologically and want to lose my mind and punch a hole in the wall. So I've been there. I got my St. Thomas from when I spent the summer there before I went to grad school, you know, and this is a good one to drink. You know why? Because we're going to drink from this because that's where all these fuckheads would fly in to go to Epstein Island. And now they're starting to be arrested and prosecuted in Europe. And they're going to be here too as their names are released. So St. Thomas, fuck you, Epstein Island. I'm putting that behind me. What would you like to put behind you?
Love it. Well, first of all, Cliff, Superbird is the Blanco I'm drinking.
Very nice.
I forgot my shot glass, so I'm going to have to swig from the bottle with you. I've had a bad day because I'm like you and I are into this, and it's a fucking roller coaster. Some days I'm feeling great, and then some days I just get so fucking exhausted with where everything's at. That's where I am right now.
You know, Lawrence, who's setting up the show before, poor guy, I should pay him more because he has to listen to me because it's the same shit. Seriously. I mean, he can, go ahead, Lawrence, you can tell the story. I mean, there are days where I am in the best mood because I love the fact that I've met some great people like you, and we're winning and we're doing shit and the show's going well, or I wrote a column I'm proud of, or I see somebody like you or somebody who I really like have a great moment, and that's awesome. And, you know, and then a million other things, right? Like a great rock band. We'll argue in a little bit over that. You like Petty? I like Guns N' Roses. I actually like both. We had that argument last time. So I'm going to play the Free Fallin' on here version where Petty and Axl Rose get up together. But there's that, like some baseball. I love it. I can, get into that. I mean, there are plenty of things to put me in a good mood. And then I'll read about a couple of these girls, what these fucking evil, predatory fucks did to them. And I'll read about, I'll see something with Elon Musk, although he got raided today in France. So that's good. Some asshole, like he's the richest person on this guy who's got the personality of fucking AI.
Cliff, What that fucking guy Trump said at the National Prayer Breakfast this morning,
Yeah.
he actually said you can't be a Democrat and a person of faith. He said
Wow.
that you can't be both. He said, I don't know why Democrats are at the prayer breakfast. You can't be a person of faith if you're a Democrat. I mean, that just set my whole fucking day off.
Yeah, I'd like him to meet a few people. Not even like there's some in my family. There's some in my wife's family. She's Presbyterian. We're like you guys. You and your wife were a mixed
Yeah.
blend. There are, you know, like there are some I can think of like who are good friends of mine. Hell, we show somebody if the left did it right. Matt McNeil, who's out of Minneapolis, and his show's played in Seattle and also played in Chicago, but he's out of Minneapolis. Independent, fucking liberal radio. Our wealthy people don't put any fucking money into that stuff. Veteran churchgoer, you know, goes to this accepting, lovable church, has a strong belief, strong faith, and he is more of a Christian than Mike Johnson, that little porn monitoring fucking freak who's looking at his son's porn or whatever, and sticking his tongue halfway up Trump's ass. He's more of a believer than that little prick will ever be. So,
But Cliff, think about it. You're at the National Prayer Breakfast. You're the president of the United States. 1,000 people are there. Went to a bunch of those. Half of the audience are Democratic members who
yes,
are people of faith. And the president says that.
yes,
He's the most, what was that commercial? The most interesting man in the world. Remember that commercial?
that's right.
Corona.
Yeah, that was actually fun.
Yeah, Cliff, Trump is the most horrible man in the world. I think he's the most horrible person who's ever lived. That's just despicable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, he is what he does for a living. He just gets worse all the goddamn time. Pardon my whatever. But no, I mean,
Hey, by the way, did you drink your shot yet?
no, did you drink yours?
No, ready? Cheers.
Let's do this shit.
Oh, this is hard.
Mm.
Kind of a baby shot. Kind of a baby shot.
That was some consecration of this show. Again,
Cliff,
like,
I'm a former congressman. I got to be a little more respectable than you. That's all I'm saying. Just a little more.
Do you know that it takes literally zero effort to be more respectable than me? Like, you could come out with your underwear on backwards on your fucking head, you know, like with your ass shaking in the breeze, and you would be more respectable than me.
Hey,
So,
give me an honest answer. Do you still ever think about have you ever thought about running for office?
that was so there you go. That was the intention initially. I mean, the reason I went to school, I was going to run. And then I came to a conclusion that you'll laugh at this. You're going to enjoy this, that I was too much of a hothead because I've said so many things in public that even back then, you know, I was the guy that would get invited on to, like, you know, they'd be like, let's have a Patsy Democrat. And they invite me on Fox. And then they'd be shocked because I would sit there. I mean, I got Sean Hannity call me an asshole during the credits and ban me, you know, the ending credits of the show. So I have a temper, and I will not, like, when I get pissed about stuff, when I see people attacking my country, when I see, you know, people attacking people I love, you know, I'm not someone. So if I would probably, I win a debate on TV, but I would lose a debate if people are looking for like a even tempered, you know, that's not me. And
you're going to say what you think. You're going to say what you think. You're going to
Yes.
say what you believe. You don't suffer fools. You're not always warm and fuzzy.
No.
And, you know, you and I come from the same world. In politics and political media, I think of fucking Scott Jennings, people like that, who like play a role and they say shit they don't believe. You and I can never do that. We say what we believe.
Right. Can you imagine living that life, being that little whore? I mean, that's all he is. He's a little whore. I mean, you know, I know his whole story because he's from Kentucky, and he was basically owned by McConnell forever, Mitch McConnell. And then what he did, so if you really want to know how absolutely full of shit Scott Jennings is.
Oh God, yeah.
Look at the piece that he wrote right after January 6th. He was literally more angry than you and I combined almost. And it was an act because Mitch McConnell at that point was telling people he wanted to vote to convict, and he was going to, so he needed cover. So he went to all his little guys, all his little minions in the media who had worked for him before and said, You need to write some really harsh columns to speak really harshly about how Trump has attacked the Constitution, the country, and give me cover. And then he backed off and chickened out like who he is, and didn't end up getting rid of this menace. And Scott Jennings was left, out with his, in the breeze, let's just say. And so now he has to try to as he kisses Trump's ass, he's trying to explain why he wrote that column. He wrote that column as cover. You know how DC works, and so do I. And I can't play that role. I've already said today we need a new House and Senate leader, because our House and Senate leader in the Democratic Party seemingly have between them not one set of balls. They don't know how to stand. I mean, they're backing off on masks. Like, I heard Schumer's like, where do we go? Where do we back off from next? And there are Democrats. There's Van Hollen, who just said the other day, I will not vote for 1 penny to fund ICE. I will never vote for any money for ICE. And that's what I want in leadership. I don't want somebody who right away is negotiating with themselves.
So this is why this show, if I can get over my technological issues, Cliff, this will be a really cool fucking show. You know why? Because you are a longtime Democrat.
Yes.
I am a baby. I've been a Democrat for 9 months. Am I really a Democrat? Certainly I am right now. I don't know how long I'll be. I've only been a Democrat for 9 months.
There's an abortion joke I could have made in there, and I didn't.
Stop. I know, and I appreciate the fact you didn't jump. It's unusual that you didn't pounce.
It is.
But for people to get our perspective, longtime Dem, new baby Dem, and I'm equally, my biggest disappointment in my new party is this. We have the very thing our founders feared in the White House. He's been there for a year, and my party leadership, the party establishment, just doesn't get it. CNN yesterday, Richard Blumenthal, Senator Richard Blumenthal, is asked about ICE. Jake Tapper asked him, "What is ICE, Senator Blumenthal? What are they doing?" Blumenthal's answer was, "I have no words." You have fucking no words? Cliff Schecter would have 1,000,000 words to describe what the fuck ICE is. I
Domestic
would have 1,000,000
terrorists,
words.
pure evil, Satan.
I have no words. What the fuck?
You don't know how angry this gets me, because what you see from and these are the Democrats that drive me nuts. And again, I will say, we actually have some really talented ones. I just wish they would be in leadership. They would be the ones putting together the messaging. Chris Murphy, Tammy Duckworth, people like that who speak their minds, who say shit. But like, when I've seen the one I love, and this is a Schumer special, is the shame on them or something.
Yeah.
Now, if you consider, and I do, every time a microphone is in front of your face is a messaging opportunity. What did you just communicate that did any good? Shame on them. Great. All right. I have no words. No, what you need is, what are your couple words to describe what these sons of bitches are doing? What is ICE? ICE is an organization. Here's what I would have said just off the top of my head. ICE is an organization that behaves like domestic terrorists. They've murdered 2 Americans out in the open street, more Americans, in fact. We just have only heard about these 2 recently. They show up like jackbooted thugs. They don't identify themselves. They wear masks like they're bad guys out of a fucking Batman movie. And they throw you into something like, at the prayer breakfast this morning, the guy, the president or whatever he is, dictator generalissimo of El Salvador, they throw you into a torture chamber like he does. So what they are is they're un-American. What they are is they're anti-constitutional. What they are is breaking the law, and the attorneys general and DAs in those states should be fucking arresting them.
Cliff, look how easily that all rattled off your tongue. And it would all rattle off my tongue every bit as easily. But the average Democratic member of Congress and Democratic senator fucking can't do that. Yep. Donald Trump is a fascist. They're afraid, Cliff, to say that. And some of them privately, Cliff, some of the Democratic members will tell me privately, Joe, it's just too hard to explain what a fascist is. Fuck that.
Oh my, it's too hard.
I'd rather focus, Cliff, on affordability. Now, you're the political strategist. I get you got to focus on affordability, but if you can't focus on the preservation of our democracy and affordability, find another fucking job.
You know, here's the thing. If you do this, if you're any good at this, there you go. Fuck that. I'm with you.
By the way, these are baby shots, though. Because
listen, I'm going to be done with that shot in this glass and maybe more, and I'll stumble home. You know, what gets me is I did rattle that off the top of my head. I don't think I'm a genius. I think these people have the ability to do this. I'm glad, by the way, you agree with me that I'm not a genius. These people have the ability to do this, a lot of them, and they get taught this caution, you can't.
Yes.
We need to be above that. We need to be better. Like they're at some blue blood country club, and it's like this is a street fight.
You know who's to blame? You. Not you personally, but your sector. All the Democratic consultants and advisors and strategists over the years who've taught these members to be so fucking cautious and afraid with what they say.
You're right. There's a reason that I did not fit in well. I was happy to move away from Washington. I still ended up writing ads for Biden in 2020. And I think a bunch of us pushed hard, and I think we got him for the first time. Do you remember when to use the F word? Remember he said semi-fascist? And I'm like, we got fascism to come out of his mouth, and more of them started saying it, and but I mean, the work and it took, and it's because they're these old consultants who are like, they already have 6 houses. They're like 112 years old, and they still care about just making money. And it's like, what is wrong with you?
This is why I love being on with you. This is why we should do this together, because I'd give you a big fucking man hug right now. And I'd probably spill tequila all over you, Cliff Schecter.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Joe.
Old Democratic consultants, and maybe you disagree with me on this one. Axelrod, who I've been on with before. Axelrod's on a couple weeks ago, and he said, because he's such a wise, smart guy, Democrats don't say abolish ICE. That's just like defund the police. We can't go there. Fuck! No, it's not. Defund the police, Cliff, was stupid and wrong. ICE is the antithesis of law enforcement. It's not defund the police.
It is so different, and his statement is so stupid. The fact that he grew up blocks from me in New York City and ended up living in your city of Chicago should make us both want to kick his ass. I mean, honestly, again, these people, they get venerated, and some of them are just great at playing the media. I'll give them credit or whatever. Axelrod obviously was, so he became this big hero. Do you remember 2012? I remember it well, and what I remember is you had a popular incumbent president, and they found a way to do what almost never happens, which is incumbent, you either lose because you're terrible, or you generally win, like in a walking Reagan second term, Bill Clinton second term. Well, Obama, they managed to have his margin cut in half because they were so fucking cautious about everything. And the Axelrod, who's telling us what to do and what not to do, thought it was a great idea to bail out fucking car companies, but not people who had been screwed by that economy. So I don't want to hear his shit. I don't care what he thinks or any of those people around him. I don't care if I go on any of their fucking bro podcasts or any of that. So if I pissed off enough people in my party tonight, I don't know. I'll keep going.
Cliff, it's just like, this is an unprecedented moment. And thank God grassroots voters understand the moment, because they're fucking crawling bare naked over glass to vote in all these special elections. But the party doesn't understand this moment. And you and I know Democrats are going to take back the fucking House, and it has nothing to do with the Democratic Party. It's all Trump.
They could literally wake up for the month ahead of time, and every time they exit their house, vomit all over themselves, and then go to Congress and have everybody take pictures, and they'd win the House back.
Yes, but then, Cliff, tell me if you agree. You're right. Democrats have the House, maybe even the Senate, though I think that's tough. But then in 28, if you don't want JD Vance in the White House or Tucker Carlson or somebody like that in the White House, Democrats got to fucking get their act together. They got to figure shit out. They don't have to this year because Trump is so bad.
Right.
But if they want the White House in 28, they got to tell the American people, this is who we fucking are.
Well,
And
Joe, I
they
just
got to
may
make some
jump
tough
out there
decisions.
on this shit, and I hope you'll join with me, and I
What?
hope other folks who, I was great again talking to Miles, who was talking about some of this stuff earlier, and I'm not just going for the straight white Republican contingent here, but we'll grab Democrats. I'm trying to get people together on all this stuff because I think we now have a big enough platforms between some people who are on YouTube, some people who are on Substack, as long as you're not the ones being paid off to just say, wow, everything's going great inside the Democratic Party, where we can go around them. I think we need to get a message straight to the country about, it's the easiest message in the world. Watch this. Watch as I do this. We are running against a bunch of billionaire predators who all they know how to do is be predators. They will take your house. They will go after underage women. They will take away your business through their vulture capitalism, private equity. They will destroy your pension. They will see, when you're talking about affordability before, they'll raise the prices and gouge you. You can put the democracy message together with the affordability message because it's the same group of weirdo, incel, freaky fucking billionaires, Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, and people you'd never want to be alone in a room with, Jeff Bezos. Run against those fucking creeps, Zuckerberg, and that's who is behind Trump.
Agreed. Do me a favor, take a sip of your tequila.
Big one.
Cliff, I agree with everything you just said, my shorter than me friend, but also younger than me friend. But Cliff,
how tall are you, Joe?
Oh, probably now I'm only like 5'11" and a half. I shrunk below 6.
I told my wife that. She didn't believe me. I'm like, we shrink, There was a time where hair had me at a solid 5'9". You know what I mean?
See, I had you.
But you're right.
Like
I am not a tall man, but I am taller than Ben Shapiro, and I'm taller than Greg Bovino. So I've got that going for me.
And you and I also still have, for middle-aged men, we got the good dues going. We both have good dues.
Look at that. Yeah, look at that. I got most of my hair. I'm good.
By the way, no grays on you. No grays on you.
Just not much at all. But the beard.
Oh, I'd hate to start something that Cliff Schecter colors his hair. I don't want to start that. I hope I don't have to start that. In fact, I'm not. Cliff, I'm not going to go
None
there.
of you should do any memes that Cliff Schecter colors his hair. But you know what? In all honesty, if I were that type of guy,
you wouldn't know how.
Let's start with that. That I'm too stupid to do it. I wouldn't be on this show with someone like you if I colored my hair. Probably. That's not the type of guy I would be. And also, why wouldn't I color the beard then, which is gray as fuck?
Yeah.
Right?
True. Touche. Here's what I was going to say. Here's what I was going to say to you. I was out there campaigning for Kamala Harris every day for 100 and some days. And everywhere I went, Cliff, people in the middle who decide elections said, Joe, I know Trump's a fucking asshole, but the Democrats are elites and they look down on me, blah, blah, blah. I heard variations of that everywhere. They can run again in 28 and say Republicans are weird. They don't give a fuck about you. They're anti-democracy. JD Vance is a dick, all of that shit. But a lot of people out there despise the Democratic Party too. And the Democratic Party has to say, this is who the fuck we are. And you know better than I, because you're smarter than I am politically, whoever that standard bearer is going to be, man, is going to have to carry a lot of that.
But no, you're right. And to me, this is why the messaging part of it is so important, is that contrast, because we need regular folks, and we do have some of them actually running for all sorts of offices now, veterans, nurses, who are inspired by this moment to get out there. We need and this is where I think we're being subterfuged by a couple of wealthy donors in the Democratic Party, and where our leaders aren't leading, is we need a massively fucking FDR-ish economic message that will, because at this point, it's no longer even just working class, middle class, upper middle class. Everyone's being fucked by those billionaires. So if you can make the contrast of regular folks and have a strong economic message, and then contrast that to the couple billionaires that are screwing all of us, I think you can, depending on your messengers, you can speak to those folks. But
Just
if we
don't go bad on immigration and crime. Don't go bad on immigration and crime.
well, and that's the whole thing, though, is we don't have to. We can believe in exactly what I believe in, which is you strongly enforce your laws. You strongly, I mean, we put up a bill.
You do, Cliff. You do, but the party kind of dropped the fucking ball on immigration.
Because they're scared of talking about everything, right? They don't realize that immigration, the kind of reform that we would have, that would absolutely, yes, absolutely. You come here legally, people have to wait in line who come after you. But we also treat people like human beings. We don't separate families. We don't send them to El Salvadorian fucking torture chambers. We don't. So there's an easy message there of, yeah, a country has to have strong borders. We need to protect them. We need to make sure. But we also don't need guys with SS tattooed on their neck, like that one asshole walking around Minnesota doing it. We need to have a strong system that protects our borders, and at the same time says if people are escaping, as my relatives did, those kinds of hardships, you're going to have to pay certain fines. You're going to have to wait a period of time. You're going to have to do all sorts of things because the people that came here legally are ahead of you in line, and we're going to enforce the fuck out of that. But
bingo, and I think my party is getting it. My new party, Biden and Harris, did drop the ball in immigration.
Well, I think they didn't. Towards the end there, Biden. Of course, they wouldn't let a vote happen on it.
They waited too long. They waited too long.
And then on crime, I don't even understand why this is a difficult issue to discuss at all.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
There's violent crime and nonviolent crime. If you're locking people up, particularly minorities, for having a joint, or which still happens or whatever, fuck you. You're that's not America. You're against our very Constitution. I'm sorry. If somebody commits acts of child rape, like let's say Jeffrey Epstein, allegedly Donald Trump, allegedly Elon Musk, and all these guys, throw them in the fucking prison forever. I mean, and that's the same way I feel on if anybody who commits any violent act. No, you don't get any sympathy from me. If you harm somebody, it's really simple if we just explain it so people can understand it, that they're wasting your money filling our prisons, especially private ones, so they can make money with people that commit all sorts of nonviolent crimes. Sometimes it's, I stole a loaf of bread because I'm hungry. Well, did you ever read the New Testament? That's not somebody you throw in fucking prison. All right.
Preach, brother Schecter, preach, because I agree with everything you're saying. But this is where the Democrats kind of lost it. They rightly have been perceived to have become a party of elites. And these working class issues, like working class people care about immigration, working class people care about street crime. And Democrats over the years developed this air about them, like, oh, we don't care and don't worry about street crime. And that's why they turned to a fucking demagogue and my former party, which is just ugly, cruel, and extreme on both these issues. Period.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. I mean, the point is that if we don't speak intelligently and with emotional messaging that resonates with people, because you can speak very passionately about how much we need to protect our borders, and you still care about innocent human beings who have torturous dictators destroying them. You can still speak about how you have so much compassion. I mean, I was on the board of the Ohio Innocence Project. The people we lock up for crimes they didn't commit, our system needs to be reformed, and they try to throw all that under the issue of crime. And it's like, listen, convicted felon Donald Trump, maybe you're not the best fucking person to talk about crime. Go ahead.
Authenticity, brother Schecter. When you speak, you're authentic. When I speak, I'm authentic. Democrats have always had a problem with this. They sound like they're overly consulted robots. Trump comes across as authentic. It's all bullshit, but he comes across as authentic. I want fucking Democrats to talk like you and I talk, from the fucking heart. Be real.
And that's what we need. And I will say, it seems to me, look, there's a lot of House candidates, hard to track them as much, but just looking at some of the Senate candidates, right? Mary Peltola, who got in, speaks like that, who beat
She's
Sarah
good.
Palin in that House race, in the Senate race. We've got Sherrod Brown coming back, who overperformed Kamala Harris here by 8-9 points, barely lost in a good Trump year. He's a dude that wears, the canary pin for the. I mean, he goes to a trucker hall and everybody loves him. All right. John Tester was that guy. He overperformed
I
by
love
13
Tester.
points. It just was we lost
Yeah.
Montana by too much. So okay, we don't have him this time around. But the two that I just mentioned, and there's Mallory McMorrow up in Michigan, who was during the marches, had her phone out, was talking to people, laughing, had viral moments for being a real human being and getting passionately angry on the state Senate floor about stuff in Michigan. We have some of these folks coming forward. What we need to have not happen is have shitty consultants and stupid leadership, cut them off at the knees and get them to speak in a, and so far, it at least with the ones I'm talking about, it hasn't happened. We need authenticity in the Democratic Party to go viral.
Yes. Now,
yeah,
you're right, Cliff. And the other thing we need, and this isn't breaking news because I know I privately told you, look, I didn't become a Democrat so I could run for office, but I thought about it and I had a couple opportunities. One of the
no, I can't lose Joe. Come back, Joe. Come back, Joe. Sherrod Brown is too old. I'll read comments before I get Joe back here. And in a way,
I am.
I got
You
him
got
back.
me, Cliff? Oh,
Yes,
now I
have to
can't
say
hear
one
you
thing
again.
I'm sorry, it's all right. I have
Ah!
to say one thing to my friend here, Cynthia Rice. Sherrod Brown, yes, I think he's
Oh,
72.
Lord.
He's not
Cliff, I
too
lost
old.
you.
We need him. Wait, can you hear me? Oh, shit. All right. In any case, listen, if you have the ideal candidate, in my perfect world, yeah, I think candidates when they start getting to their 70s should start moving away from politics. I really do. But Sherrod Brown is a once in a lifetime, especially here, talent. He is so talented. He connects with people so well. And you'll see if they
I'm
don't
back.
steal the election, Sherrod Brown will win. Go
Cliff?
ahead, Joe.
What I was going to tell you, my friend, I've been having technological issues my whole fucking life.
But you know what, Joe? This is going to become, and we're going to look back at this, and actually, this is going to become one of the things of the show we're going to laugh at, and it's going to become something there you go. We're going to joke about because you and I are both technological idiots, and I've done this plenty of times too. And we're going to look back when this show, like 6 months from now, we're having the best fucking time in the world, and we're going to laugh at it. That's
Fuck you, Cliff. Here's what I was going to tell you, my brother and
I
friend.
think that's about right.
Here's what I was going to tell you. I was asked to consider moving down to South Carolina, running against Lindsey Graham, a conservative Democrat, taking on that. You know what he is. But you know what? And I thought long and hard about it, Cliff. But I couldn't win a Democratic primary, even down there, anywhere. Here's the problem, and respond to this.
I will.
I'm older than you. I remember when I was young, there was this species called the Southern Democrat, a more conservative Dem. It's now like this Democratic national brand. It's like everybody needs to hew to that. We need people in South Carolina who can win in South Carolina and Zoran Mamdani who can win in New York City. Democrats need a bigger fucking tent who can win regionally.
And I'm going to give you credit here, honestly, because I remember you coming out right away and saying when Schumer and Jeffries and God knows who else would not support Mamdani, you came out and you did very strongly, even though you disagree with him probably on a whole lot of stuff. And and you're exactly right. My litmus test issues at this point are that you stand up to a monopolistic billionaire controlled economy and a monopolistic billionaire controlled democracy. So you protect our freedoms and you protect our ability in this country, besides a couple billionaires, to make it ahead, to have a good life, to be able to send your kids to college, to be able to pay for childcare, to do all of these things. That's it. If you are for the basic economic empowerment of most of us, and you are for our democratic rights and making sure our elections and the Constitution, that's it. I can disagree with you on certain issues, because the truth is yes, I would disagree with you. I'm sure I know you're friends with also my friend Fred Gutenberg, and I think you and I know at least you came around, which was good because this one you had to fucking come around on background checks because that's just basic common sense. All right, you know that.
But let's again, this is a great way to end today. If you and I looked at the top 20 policy issues, we disagree on most of them, but that doesn't matter right now. That doesn't matter right now.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I am. You know, the thing is, and we'll have to have that talk sometime. I think there's a few of them we absolutely would disagree on. There's some we would disagree when it came to certain degrees. Degrees, because you would be in a slightly, but we would have some. We talked about immigration. There's a classic example. Like you may not 100% agree with what I said, but my guess is we're in the same realm in what we believe. Same with crime. And then I think there probably will be there's a couple issues, especially on economic.
It's the economic
issues,
stuff, yeah,
and our democracy that we fully agree on. So you know, I guess what would end in the end, yeah, I might fully disagree with you on 8, 10. I don't know, but the point is that
we should try that once.
Are you going to be loyal to democracy? Are you going to stand up and fight against fucking fascists? Are you going to fight for the fact that we have a monopolistic, ridiculous economy right now that's by some standards I read is 3 times as bad as during the Gilded Age? If you're going to be with me on all of that, fine. We'll disagree on some social issues I'm passionate about. And the truth is, as a Democrat, I know a majority in various states are going to be with me in blue and purple states. So if you're in South Carolina disagreeing with me, that's fine because you need to win in South Carolina.
Bingo.
You know.
By the way, Cliff, this is a lot of fun, but we haven't. You and I thought we would like just have so much fun and we'd be laughing and telling jokes, and maybe we will. But you and I have had great righteous anger today. I love this.
Well, I think the way the show began certainly helped contribute. I think that we got ourselves in some issues. No, I don't care, dude. I would have fun talking to you if there was nobody watching.
For the record, I love Cliff Schecter, and I'm the one who technologically fucked up this initial run of Tequila Talk. I want that on the record.
But everything needs that first time that you try it. And you know what we did, Joe? We lost our Tequila Talk virginity tonight. And as we all know, that can be a difficult process, challenging. It could be a little bit anxiety inspiring. There can be technological difficulties. And going forward, we are going to find that we are going to have fun because honestly, this is probably the most righteous you and I have been on together and angry about shit. We usually just have the best time. And so I'm fully confident that's going to happen in the future. And we're going to talk more and explain to people more about tequila. We're going to explain more to people about, why it is that we have the politics we have. We're going to tell them fun stories about stuff they don't know. And, you're going to tell them why Axl Rose is so great. And we're going to have a fucking great time.
And do me a favor. Thank Lawrence. He's just absolutely wonderful.
He is a terrific guy.
Oh my God.
And he was,
he saw me butt ass naked. He saw me at my worst technologically.
I came in there at the last minute. I heard some of the 4-letter words.
Catch some of it? Oh,
I caught a little bit of it. You know what, dude? We've all had those moments. I mean, again, I didn't let it show only because and I know we have to go in a minute, but because I only didn't let it show, and folks here who've seen me before can say it, because I was on air. But some of these times when I would come in here and the fucking microphone wouldn't work, when it would be plugged in, I still get made fun of, and it's become like a running joke. Is this will too, or some other shit would go wrong. Like the things I wanted to do, I have a baseball bat here. I keep because I like baseball, but I wanted to fucking put holes in the wall. I didn't, and if I hadn't been on air, I might have done that. So the truth of the matter is like, yeah, this is what it was. But you've got a big audience. We've got a big audience here. We'll reach out to them. They'll know what they're going to get with us. New tequila next week. New conversation. More fun. And I love you, brother. This is all good.
Love you back, Cliff. Tequila. Cheers, my friend.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Seriously. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And if you're not Joe at 7 o'clock has his paid show. You should pay. You should join and be a paid subscriber to the Social Contract.
And subscribe
show
to
is
Cliff
fantastic.
Schecter. Subscribe to your. By the way, you're doing great stuff. And again, I'm your third straight white guy today. You've had amazing guests today. You really
Thank
have.
you. But we got Lawrence working here. You've had Ellie Leonard on your show, who's
She's
working
wonderful.
with us as a contributing editor. We got Melissa Corrigan, who's been great. We got Dana Dubois. We got a great team. And David Schuster, of course.
I love David.
I always embarrass him because I bring up the Emmy he won. And he tries to cut me off. Like it's become a going thing on our show. And so in any case, you got to go do your thing. You're probably going to have to pee a lot after you drank all of that before your 7 o'clock show. Maybe I'll become a paid subscriber just so I can fucking watch.
No, make me get my technological act together first. Love
Folks,
you, brother.
Next week it'll be together and it's gonna be fun. That's all I can tell you.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a great night. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right.
Thanks.
Take care. All right, Joe is gone. Guys, it was crazy. It wasn't even what we expected. I hope you had fun. It was a little nuts. We did talk serious issues, but as Jim so brilliantly said, who's in here, Jim and Cynthia, thank you both for being here. And as Jim so brilliantly said, you know what? We're gonna this is gonna be the thing that evolves. We'll move forward and we'll find the voice that we had hoped for tonight before the technological bottoming out. Joe, just before he came on, there was an issue with I think it was with his phone or his computer, where he literally could not reach his Substack audience. So I don't think they were notified about this, and he was rightfully very upset about it because he wanted them to see the first episode. And I've been there. So if you've ever had a human moment, you're all human. I think you get it too. Now I'm going to go home, maybe sip more tequila. And if any of you in the comment section there have any recommendations for what I should watch, probably not a lot of something I can put not a lot of thought into after I was on air 2.5 hours today. Look, we got Olga Martinez, and I can't even read the rest of it. A new member. Thank you for joining. See, shit happens. So if anybody has ideas, for a good show, there's a cool one, Treason, that's on that's produced by those Brit folks, and it stars the dude who plays. Oh, come on. One of the Marvel characters, and I'm having that moment right now. Good shit. Believe it or not, and this is crazy. These are the sort of stories and just interesting stuff I wanted to get into, which we will next time. I never watched Scandal when it was on. Literally, my job was like a PR fixer and that kind of thing, and I never watched Scandal when it was on. Watched. I don't know. Am I starting to slur a little bit? Maybe that's time to get off air. Olivia Pope, I'm watching now. I'm going to learn some shit from her. And I may go home and watch that. But if anybody has anything else I should watch, let me know. Olga, the sipping red wine. Joe and I are tequila lovers, which is literally, how we founded this show around tequila. I'm not telling you, I never sip red wine. But this one, Tequila Talk, is going to be about, tequila, political stories you've never heard, us laughing our asses off and arguing, and there'll be some seriousness like tonight here and there too, but a little bit more tonight just because of the technological shit. But I hope you enjoyed it, and we're going to expand the fuck out of this. So you know what? Come on back for more. Come join us again, and I'll be promoting it next week. And have a happy Thursday night. Have an enjoyable Friday. Go into this weekend, do something you love, relax, get yourself ready for the fight again as we fight for democracy. And that's it, guys. I will ask this. We are growing as an entity at Blue Amp. The more paid subscribers we have, the more people we can hire, the better things go. So I am going to put in here, blueamp.co. If you could go, we have a 50% off deal right now. If you go and consider being a paid subscriber for what becomes $3 a month, quite seriously, if you break it out that way, is that worth it? You probably paid more at some point if you were subscribed to the New York Times and Washington Post. Look at what those fuckers did. You probably spend more on a latte in a day. So $3 and change, $4, whatever it ends up being for the 50% rate. I really want to push this because again, we're growing in a serious way. But with growth, like we need people who can help organize us and help keep us the trains running and create great content and edit and create, grab clips from things like this. So please, there's Lawrence helping me out. Please do. I mean, if you want this to keep growing, we need people. And again, 50% off. It's not gonna get much better than that. So thank you for being here. Comment, here, other places. I will try to respond as best I can. It's hard while we're on air, but I'm gonna do better about responding in every other spot, from columns to notes to, my YouTube wall to everywhere. Because you guys are what makes this work. And I don't know that I have a lot else to say tonight. So I'll just say to you, Jim Williams, I see you there. Go Yankees. And otherwise, have a great night. And my friends, if I can find the right out loop, which I can't, so I'm just going to probably end the stream in a second. But as the sun sets slowly in the west, you can try to figure out, if you haven't watched before, where that came from, where this line came from, what movie. As the sun sets slowly in the west, and as I start slurring my words, I bid you a fond farewell. Thank you for being here for our initial tequila talk. Take care, folks.